It is. It's nice to be back up there again. Did anybody hear us on Zoom? You good, Carol? You good? Everybody good? Yeah, we're fine. All right, outstanding. Well, good afternoon, everyone. How y'all doing this fine Friday? All right. Outstanding. So my name is Rodney Gullatte, and I am the District 5470 Rotarian of the Year. Thank you. And I'm also the very proud immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Colorado Springs, the most outstanding Rotary Club in the Pikes Peak District. Give yourself a hand. Yes. Fellow Rotarians, friends, and guests, I bring you greetings on behalf of our distinguished president, Kathleen Saltmarsh-Voss, who is currently attending the Rotary International Annual Conference in Houston, Texas this week. And I hope the conference is a great success with no casualties. Texas, as you know, suffered a horrible incident last week. Please have a seat. I'll get you up in a minute. Texas suffered a horrible incident last week as 19 elementary school-aged children and 2 teachers were murdered while at school. Next week, I'm graduating from the Colorado Governor's Fellowship class of 2022. 30 senior executives and incredible leaders from around the state did a deep dive into politics, service in the public sector, and issues facing our state. We were broken up into teams to complete a capstone project on different topics that have legislative support from the state. And my project was regarding the State Office of Gun Violence and Prevention. So here is an excerpt from my project.
This year, my mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I needed for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class.
These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I finally got my own phone to stay in touch with my mom.
So I am not here to be political about this. I'm talking about the kids right now.
This year, my mom got me.
Right on. And lives are at stake, and thoughts and prayers don't work. We need to do better. And I know we can do better. Now, in other news, we have a celebration coming up. And I'm not talking about the 80s themed Small Business Week Bash tomorrow at Verde Brewery, even though it's going to be a dope event. I hope to see you all out there. I'm talking about Juneteenth. June 19th, 1865, the announcement of General Order No. 3 by Union Army General Gordon Granger proclaiming freedom for enslaved people in Texas, which was the last state in the Confederacy with institutional slavery. Mind you, Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation was issued on January 1st, 1863. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. describes this freedom as the freedom to famine and the winds and rains of heaven. Those slaves were given nothing for their labor, pain, and suffering for generations. And a whole new black experience of pain, suffering, and terror started after slavery was abolished. Emmett Till, the little boy kidnapped and brutally beaten to death, George Stinney, 12 years old boy, sentenced to the electric chair, no justice for that one. But we fought and persevered anyway. June 1st, 1921 is the anniversary of the Tulsa, Oklahoma Massacre. And this was just one of many towns in America where black excellence flourished and was destroyed by mobs of savages. And the history of America has been harsh to black people. And this isn't ancient history. My father drank from white-only water fountains. He's black, by the way. And yes, that defiance of an unjust system is in my blood too. Redlining, sundown towns, lynchings, you name it, we faced it. And I've seen some pretty awful things in my lifetime too. Most recently, the Buffalo, New York massacre in a grocery store by a savage individual bent on hating people like me. So there is a great effort to suppress the full and complete history of this country. And is it the truth is our first tenet as a Rotarian. And I take that very seriously, and I hope you do too. Freedom isn't free, and on Juneteenth, we will celebrate that freedom. Now, if you would join me in raising your glass. Raise your glass to freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Thank you. Here. Now, so right now, some of you may feel uncomfortable, and that's good. That means you're in a space to learn and grow. Lean into it. Learn from it. Now, I have no intention on leaving you uninspired this afternoon. And I have an incredible hope for the future of this country, our state, region, and Colorado Springs, which is why I'm very excited to bring this next person to the stage. This person is new to our community, an amazing leader where she came from, and now we are blessed to have her expertise and brilliance in one of the most important leadership positions in our region. She hasn't been here a year yet. It is already changing the trajectory of our region in a direction for a better and brighter future. I'm very honored to serve on the board under her leadership with the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC. My fellow Rotarians, I bring to you for our words of inspiration today, the President and CEO of the Colorado Springs Chamber and EDC, my friend, Johnna Reeder-Kleymeyer. Come on up, Johnna.
Privilege to be here. As Rodney said, I've been in the community a little over 5 months, so still learning, still drinking from a fire hose, still figuring things out, but loving everything, loving every minute. Maybe not the wind, but other than that, I'm loving everything. So truth time. How many of you have not just gone up on the top of Pikes Peak, but have actually done the drive? The actual drive up to peak. Okay, quite impressive. So this weekend, my husband and I, for Memorial Day, said we're going to go and take the pilgrimage. I'm shocked at how many people that have lived here that have never been up on the mountain. So I decided I'll take charge and drive up Pikes Peak this afternoon. You know, there's not a lot of guardrails going up there. That's a little bit of a white knuckle experience. And there's no way you get to look over the edge and enjoy the beautiful view because you're busy making sure that your brakes don't overheat. Am I wrong? You know, as I was taking that trip up Pikes Peak, I do recommend the Cog Railroad, but as I was taking that trip up, when we started at the bottom, the forester said, you know, at mile 16, they're going to stop you because we've had an ice storm. So you may or may not get to go on up the mountain. And while disappointed, I thought, wow, okay, they're keeping us safe. That's fair. So up we go the mountain, taking these crazy turns, this crazy view. Beautiful everywhere you look, unless you were the driver that day, which was me. We get to 16, they open it immediately. And I'm thinking about these turns and just how quickly, in a moment's notice, it could have been a treacherous experience, while at the same time it was beautiful. And as I've been preparing for today, I couldn't help but think this is a moment of inspiration for me. Because having only moved here 5 months ago, it was about a year ago that I got a call from the headhunter about this job right here in Colorado Springs. I had been in Cincinnati, Ohio for 21 years, had been doing this work, had worked in Tennessee prior to that, doing the same kind of work. And by most indicators, locations had a successful run. Maybe a little bit of luck, a whole lot of hard work, and a lot of perseverance, but we made things happen. And when I got this call and started the interview process, I had multiple people in my hometown, and let's just say a doting mother that loves to tell you everything that could go wrong, say to me, why, Johnna, why would you go to a whole new place? Why would you go somewhere when you've been so successful here? Why would you take that challenge on? New people, new home, new politics. Isn't that a little scary? My point being about Pikes Peak is, man, it was a little scary on Monday. But the journey was so incredible, and reaching the top was breathtaking and amazing. And I knew not everybody does it. So I am so glad that I took the opportunity to stretch myself. You know, at almost 50 years old, most people don't make those big moves. Most people don't pick up and try to meet all new people or try something new, or maybe even fail. So I'm happy to say that I took that leap 5 months ago now. We're here, we're part of Colorado Springs and El Paso County, and it has been a welcoming community. As I said, I've been drinking a little from a fire hose. Not everything's gone perfect, but that's okay. That's part of the journey in everything we do. And all of this experience has reminded me of a few of those critics, maybe my mother occasionally, on saying why you shouldn't do something, why you shouldn't put yourself out there. And I always remember a very famous speech by Theodore Roosevelt called Man in the Arena. I'm going to read that to you. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds should or could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who actually is in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again. Because there is no effort without error and shortcomings, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms to great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the very best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, who at the very worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Now, this is a very old speech, but I think it's a motto that we can all live by. I hope you'll join me in the arena. I hope you will help me work to make this community even greater than it already is. I hope you'll jump in and not be a critic, but be a voice for what we need in the future. We may err, we may have shortcomings, we may get a little bloody and dusty, but what a journey it can be, and what as a community we can accomplish. So be the man or the woman in the arena with me today. Thank you. Woo!
Everything I do with you. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Now, if you would all please stand, rise, for the Pledge of Allegiance, the four-way test, and the singing of the Negro National Anthem by my friend Rachel Stovall. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the four-way test and everything we think, say, and do, we ask ourselves, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? Now, my friend, Rachel Stovall, give her a hand, y'all.
I just wanted to say a few words before singing this beautiful anthem. This anthem was written in 1899 by the Johnson brothers. And they originally started this as a poem. James Weldon did the poem, and Robert, his brother, did the music. The poem was a beautiful thought. Its lyrics embody patriotism, hope, and the desire of every American to claim the birthright of every citizen as enshrined in our sacred documents of this nation. Let me present to you, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark times have taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us